and fit that, and you can kind of see a little bit from this one how it would turn out completely and make 180. So that would probably be like a precursor to this lesson. I just thought that was really cool. So this lesson that we're going to do today is adapted from NCTM, and you can see like the full lesson, how they have it laid out there. They also have a really interesting applet that goes along with the lesson, and that's pretty cool also. So what I kind of did was ran in a slightly different direction. So I'm going to try to take a note from Christine's book and talk a little faster, push a little faster through it so you can see exactly how things fit together. And so I'd really be interested in how you felt like the pieces fit together and if it accomplished the goal. So at this point, I'm going to assume that kids come into this lesson with basic geometry background, understanding of concave and convex polygons, complementary and supplementary angles, interior and exterior angles, vertical angles, sums of interior angles of a triangle and square, and that they're familiar with circles and degrees of circles and that basic background. All right, so now we're going to start. So good afternoon, everybody. If you could go ahead and start with your Junail. It's right on your desk already. It's really great to see everybody today. You have about 2 minutes for your Junail activity, so please stay focused on that. And you can ask me questions if you need to. All right, about 1 more minute. All right, so I see a lot of you are pretty much finished, so we're going to go over these together very quickly. I'm going to use my card so I make sure I call on everyone at least once. Danielle, can you tell me what you got for number 1?
For number 1, I got a closed plane figure made of line segment.
All right, any questions on that? Danielle gets participation points. Nicole.
Yes. Are you going to use the overhead?
No, but
You can turn it on. I think we need to turn it on because it's hard to see what you're doing on the
Okay.
board.
turn it off.
Turn the lights on. Yeah, turn
Okay.
the lights on and hit mute on that. I thought maybe you're going to be using it. I didn't
No,
know.
it's actually for Christine. She's the
If you can
so
handle control, I'll hit mute. The remote control.
I'm not seeing it. This.
Oh, is it over here on this table over here? That
Yeah.
little white one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little
Do you
light
see
right
it?
there. I just couldn't see what you were doing.
Right. So Danielle gets participation points. Nicole, you were going to tell us what you did for number 2.
Setting convex was we measured at least 1 and 2 angles greater than 180 degrees.
Okay. Did everybody else get the same answer? All right. And Danielle gets the participation points. Steph, number 3. And Nicole. Can you tell us what you got for number 3?
For concave,
Yes.
the measure of it, of all interior angles is less than 180 degrees.
Thanks, Steph. And Josh?
Regular is all angles and sides are congruent.
Thank you. And did anyone get triangulation? This isn't a concept that we did before, but kind of by the process of elimination. Matt, can you tell me or read?
The process of drawing diagonals, segments becoming non-adjacent vertices to divide a polygon into non-overlapping triangles.
Yes. Now, you may have guessed that that's what today's lesson is going to be about. If you didn't understand that, no problem. We're going to go over that a little bit more. But before we go into our lesson, can we do a quick wraparound? And I want everyone to tell me what their favorite character was, because we're going to use our characters today.
Can be anything.
Character, movie star, your favorite person if you don't watch TV. I was going to start with Nicole, but while you think about it, let's go with Jason and we'll wrap around that way.
My favorite person is Matt.
Okay. Christy,
Can it be more than one person? It's gotta be one.
let's just pick one.
So I can't do one.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can pick your boys.
I was just gonna say my boys, but then I thought it was
Kyle,
Kyle, Brandon, and Josh.
Kyle, Brandon, and Josh.
My favorite character is Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Very nice.
LT in the Jets.
From the Jets. Did you think of someone? Dr. House. Who else?
I picked Bruce Springsteen.
All right.
Lois Costello.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Conan.
Okay. Everybody gets participation points for that one.
Sorry, Jason.
Big deal.
And that's really awesome. I like some of those same characters too. Now we're going to think about, suppose your character or your favorite person was trapped in a polygon world. And they can only travel along the side of a polygon if they have to start at a vertice and they have to travel along the side, and you have to give them the angle degrees that they turn. And they have to get back to their original spot in order to get out of their trap. This magical spell has been cast upon them. What information would we need to know in order to save your favorite person or your character? I want you to talk to your partner, and then we're going to share those. What information do you need to know?
Yeah.
Along the journey, how each side. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have some kind of sense of measurement. Maybe not the
All right, so I hear some really good conversation going on. Going back to my cards, Matt, can you tell me what information do you think we need to know? So we're starting at a point, and we got to travel around and get your character out.
Well, you need to know what type of polygon it is.
Okay. Did anybody else come up with something different? Jason.
Well, I'm not sure if Matt means the number of sides, but we'd have to know if it's a regular polygon or not, because that would help us determine the angles.
Very good. Thank you very much. Did anyone else have something to add? Remember, we're saving your character here. Yes.
We said we would need to know the length of each side.
Okay. Very good. So we had Matt, Danielle, and Jason all get participation points. So you're absolutely right. What we're going to need to know is the length. We're going to need to know how far the person turns, and how big that angle is. So what you're going to be getting is a packet. And I want you to read the instructions carefully. Just pass that back to the group behind you. And you're going to think about that same piece of information that we just talked about, except we're just going to pretend like the sides are all the same. So we're just going to say we walk up this side. And we're going to focus on the angles. These are regular polygons. Thank you. Did everyone get one? You can have your own. Yeah, you each have your own. So we're going to start by trying these. One thing that I want you guys to think about is the size of the angles and how do you know them for sure. If you have any questions, please let me know. You have about 3 minutes to do this first page. If you have questions, you can ask your partner, but I do want you guys to focus on these individually for now. I see everybody's working. I like what I see. If you could also show how many degrees you actually turned on your graph, on your shape. Yeah. So how many degrees are you turning this in
Oh, or for each turn.
for each turn? So from here, how many degrees do you have? Okay. And so you want to make sure that you're writing your steps. So we've got probably 1 more minute. So if you could move on to your next shape and wrap up what you're doing in that time, that would be great. How's it going, Josh?
Good. I feel like I have to be the person who is actually getting ratings. That's okay.
Okay. Does anybody need a little bit more time? Okay, I see everybody is at least done the first one, working on the second one, so we're going to come together as a group and go over what we did.